Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Matt Quick from HireMilitary again, going live from on LinkedIn, Facebook, and the YouTube Nation. With me tonight, I'm pretty excited about this one. This is Derek Lewis. We served together in the 10th Mountain Division back in 2014, 2015, and he was one of the retention NCOs up there and doing a fine job. So I want to bring him on here and have a conversation because he had a stellar Army career. He had well, we'll see about his transition, and he's thriving after the military. And we'll throw some nuggets in there about his college career too, because the things you learn about people just by having conversations, and we'll get more on that. So, hey, Derek, welcome to the show. Well, welcome to live, and let's talk, man. So, how was your military career? What'd you do? And tell us about your Army career, man.
All right, well, Matt, I'll try not to bore you too much, but I'll
Not
try
at
to
all.
I'll take you down the quick 20 years. So starting off, I enlisted as a petroleum logistician. Did that for the first 6 years, and then from there was DA selected to be an Army recruiter.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I had to, I was tasked with finding America's next top soldier. So we did that for 4 years, and then from there, came back to the operational side of the Army. Went back to my primary MOS, and I did it for about a year and a half or so. We deployed to Afghanistan. We came back, but I found myself kind of growing out of the job and was looking for something more. And as far as just alignment goes, I ended up started off doing retention at the company level, and then one of our teammates, she was actually PCSing to Fort Carson, and with that, she left the Carson, so they needed a temporary fill until another career counselor came to the battalion.
Okay.
So I did that, and that temporary fill turned into a 2.5 year stint.
Funny how it works, right?
It is. It's funny how it works, but she supported me. She sold me really well to the sergeant major. She was like, I've got the perfect person for this position. He comes from a recruiting background. He's got a bachelor's in business. He's working on his master's.
Yeah.
So if anyone has a firm understanding of what our career field entails, this is the person that you want to have on your team in the meantime.
That
So
makes sense.
yeah, so I did that for about 2.5 years, and then from there, after the career counselor stint, I ended up going to the brigade staff to be the program manager for our MRT program. And for those that's not familiar with it, I was managing the positive psychology program that the Army has.
Okay, that's exciting.
So and then after that, before you know it, here we are at 19 years and back and submitted.
That's a great feeling, right?
It's a feeling that to this day still gives me chill bumps. You know.
In a good
Yeah.
way, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. Just to make it to that milestone, because granted, people take a lot of different paths, and they have an end goal, but sometimes for unfortunate circumstances or just changes in life, you're not able to get to that finish line of what you desired. And for some, that is to serve honorably in the military and retire out gracefully. But heaven forbid, injury or family matters and things as such happen,
Yeah,
that you're
true.
just not able to get yourself to that finish line. So I was fortunate, with the good supportive, ground-based, strong supporting family system, that we made it here to the finish line.
Hey, but at 10th Mountain Division, Climb of Glory, we are so lucky to have you. And I tell you, when I first met Derek, he listen to him talk. He is so articulate, just really good talker. And I was like, I want this guy on my team. So I'm so glad that we kept you in the team for a long time there. And hey, he taught me a bunch of things. And what's good about it is um, he taught me about some things that I would never experience in life. And I didn't go to college in the traditional sense, brick and mortar. Mine was mostly online, but I did some brick and mortar. But but Derek actually went to college before the military. So how'd that go? Any good stories?
So yeah, funny you should ask. So the thing about that,
Where'd you go to college at?
all right. So I went to before the Army. I went to Ferrum College.
Okay.
But before that, though, before Ferrum came, Virginia Tech was there first. And
Nice.
This was during the time where the coaches had to kind of be the mediator between a recruiter and an athlete, so you couldn't directly speak to the schools. And so my coach was like, hey, Virginia Tech is interested in you, and they're going to come watch you play. And they came, they saw me play, they were impressed by what happened. And
well, what sport did you play?
Oh, football, hands down.
You played football at Virginia Tech.
Yeah, no. So no, because
okay, go ahead.
The ego didn't let me go to Virginia Tech. So what ended up happening with that was my coach was like, hey, Virginia Tech is really interested in you. They like what they see, but they want to convert you to a running back because for the fact that you don't have the height. Now granted, I'm only 5'6", but my ego is 6'8".
Oh, okay. No, we have a few of those people leaving the military right now, so that's a good lesson to learn.
Yeah, so with that, I was offended because everything that I did that year, I was at the quarterback position. I was doing things that were kind of new to the sport at the time. It was more than just being like a pocket passer. I was a mobile quarterback in which, like that year, I had passed for over 1,100 yards and rushed for almost 1,000, which was unheard of at the time.
In high school?
Yeah,
wow.
In high school.
Wow.
So I was pretty offended because I was like, everything that you noticed me for was because I was in the position as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And now you want to convert me to running back. And mind you, this is 16-year-old Derek that's thinking this way.
Oh.
So 16-year-old Derek kind of thought that he could get it his way. And I was like, well, I'm offended by that. And I don't like for the fact that you want to convert me to a running back. So I told my coach, I was like, well, look, if you tell that recruiter that if I can't play quarterback, I don't want to go to that school. And my coach gave me this look like, you sure? So, I'm 16, I'm on it. Yeah, stick to your guns, right?
Oh, sure, yeah. That always works out, right?
Yeah, if you tell him, if I don't go to that school, I don't play. So it's like, okay, on to the next one. And you know who their next one was? Well, I'm pretty sure most people know the next one was.
So you mentioned Virginia Tech. I'm thinking it's about 25 years ago or so.
Yeah.
So let me do some math in my head. So Virginia Tech, is it Marcus or is it Michael?
Michael Vick.
So let me get this straight. You said your ego got in the way, but you allowed Michael Vick to go to Virginia Tech and be the star that he is.
I didn't see the big picture at the time, Matt. Now, it would have been a lot better to go ahead and accept what they were offering, and I could have been that running back.
Mm-hmm.
Could have, wildcat formation and halfback tosses and everything else in between. But the ego got in the way of the opportunity because I failed to look at the bigger picture as opposed to just being stuck in that moment.
I'll tell you, this can be some good advice that hopefully you can put out one day to a little content on LinkedIn to some of our transitioning military folks, because sometimes ego does get the best of them, especially if they come from a senior leadership position, let's say a colonel or a sergeant major. Sometimes they have a lot of responsibility in the military, but they've got to take a step back and look at that, like you said, the bigger picture to see what's actually going on.
Yep.
So does Mike Vick ever reach out to you and say thanks for not taking that role at all, or not?
No, I haven't heard from him.
Man, that's not cool, man. But that shows your leadership. You gave someone else the opportunity.
But the second time around, I was like, okay, we're not going to mess this up, because now I see how this bigger scenario plays out. So you got to, in the midst of it all, though, like, you have to, like, truly, you got to humble yourself,
Yeah.
and just truly know and understand. I mean, don't minimize your value. That's not what you want to do. But you also have to be realistic about how the process works.
Okay. That makes sense. So I hate switching gears away from college because I'm sure you have some cool stories for us. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you just got home from work and all that stuff. So
Oh, you're
so
good,
how
bro.
how what so how was your military transition? What went right? What went wrong? And what would you change about it?
So with regards to the transition process, um, the biggest thing that I think anyone should buckle down on is preparation, and it's important to treat it as exactly that, a process and not an event. Whether
Process. That's right.
you're retiring, whether you're transitioning out, or whatever the case, you want to make sure that you formidably posture yourself for your next desired industry. And it's important for you to know that you don't have to pigeonhole yourself in regards to what you did in the military. I've seen a lot of people that they get ready to transition out, and they think that, well, I did this for so many years. Going into the next industry, I need to be doing the same thing, and that's clearly not the case, because you can literally set yourself up for the industry that you desire if you properly prepare yourself for it. And with that comes whatever the industry requires, whether it's education, hard skill sets, certifications,
Yeah.
anything that the industry that you're looking at, whatever they're looking for, it's up to the individual themselves to ensure that they qualify themselves for it. And also be strategic in your process. Don't spray and pray. Don't just be like, hey, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that. But, like, literally target your job hunting strategy, and go for industries that you, number one, you have a true passion for, and that you're qualified to get into. For me, myself, and sometimes it takes the help of outside communication channels,
Hmm.
because I thought for the longest time that out of everything that I've done, within my Army career, I would go over my resume countless times, and I was like, this is HR, this is business, this is marketing, this is everything
Yeah.
in between, and I had that mentality that I could do it all. But I actually ended up gaining a mentor on the way out, in which they were able to see what I myself couldn't see, because I for sure thought that I was going to land in something with regards to like HR, or marketing, or business development, or whatever the case. And the irony about it is, actually, I got partnered up with ACP,
Okay.
and
Hey, that program is one of the best ones out there because it
phenomenal.
it helped me because I got a great mentor through American Corporate Partners, ACP, and they told me things that I had no idea would even exist.
Yes.
He mentioned to me about training development. I'm like, well, that sounds pretty cool. So he went over that how it works in civilian world. Then he talked about people and culture, how that works. There was so many things that I had no idea, but the mentors at ACP, they can set you straight. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Derek.
The team is phenomenal, because they knew what I wanted to do before I did, because they ended up
That's powerful.
it is because they ended up matching me up with a senior finance director for Pepsi Company and Frito Lay. And now here I am, almost 6 months after retirement, working in the industry of banking and finance.
Okay.
Their alignment strategy is out of this world.
So your mentor got you into that mindset for the banking industry?
So that's who I ended up getting matched up with, based on the interview with the ACP team. So
Okay.
they took all of my skill sets that, when I look back at it and reevaluate myself, was all over the place, and they were able to hone in and target an actual industry in which they deemed that I would be a good fit for.
Well, you were a logistician, you were a career counselor, you were a recruiter, you worked retention, you worked resiliency. I tell you, you were all over the place, but I guess you had a broad understanding of all different types, and the ACP guy funneled that, or FEMA funneled that into what's best for you, right?
That's exactly how it worked. That was exactly it.
Hey, so real fast, there are I am looking to my left to it looks weird to everybody on the screen, but I'm watching the comments so I can hopefully answer some questions as we go. So if I stop you, we'll answer some questions.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, absolutely.
Hey, Brian Alston asked, "What is ACP?" So you want to hit that one?
Yeah. So ACP is the American Corporate Partners, in which they're a nonprofit organization in which they provide transition mentorship to transition and service members. Um, Actually, Timothy Cochran, their SVP, he's the director of the program. But what they do is give you literally a side by side walk through your transition process, and they help you discover exactly what type of industry you'll best be suited in, what would be a good fit for you, because if you yourself don't know,
Mm-hmm.
they'll help you figure it out.
And you're good at anything. You can just fit in. You're like a chameleon. You can just do anything. So maybe you didn't choose the banking industry. Maybe they chose you.
That's exactly what happened. It really did happen that way. Like, I was literally chosen for exactly what I do today, and I could not be more happier with the decision, because I'm working in a new industry in which I'm constantly learning every day, which means that I don't tire of what I'm doing.
So you're like what, the banking manager of an entire branch of Armed Forces Bank, right?
Yeah, so I'm the bank and center manager for our Fort Drum branch, and we have 36 other branches all over the U.S., from Cali to the Midwest to the South to the Deep South to the East Coast. So we were the this is the first pilot business model in which we're a standalone branch, because most of Armed Forces Bank locations are either standalone by themselves or
Uh-huh.
they're located within the exchange.
Okay, so you have your own branch, huh?
Yes.
So you're like big time then.
Not yet. Not yet. We're getting there. I got to crawl before I walk.
So what was there anything about the military transition process that you didn't like or that you would like to see changed?
The biggest thing for me that I would say is you can't you can't move at a pace that you deem or expect everyone to just follow suit on.
Uh-huh.
And what I mean by that is, some people are going to require a little bit more attention with certain steps within the process. Don't treat it like an assembly line mentality in which you have a group of people and we have to push them through because they're all on the same kind
So
of time.
one size doesn't fit all, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No way. No. Each person's transition process is going to be different, but it's up to the individual, number one, to recognize that, and also the supporting community and the environment to recognize if a person may require a little bit more assistance in certain things of their transition process. That could be how to properly interview
Yeah.
within a position, even how to tailor and get your resume together. A lot of the population is mixed. I mean, you have someone from as little as 2 to 3 years
Hmm.
that's been in, all the way to that 25, 20, 25, 30-year member that's
Yeah.
stepping away too. So each one is going to require a different type of support mechanism, and it's better to be attentive and supporting towards that concept, as opposed to trying to push everyone through all together.
Hey Derek, I got a question from Harry Tekakwa. Hey Harry, I'm sorry, Harry. All right, I'm sorry. So the question is, how many months before you retired did you reach out to ACP for mentorship?
I reached out to ACP probably right around 15 months left because it's a 12 month mentorship program.
Okay.
So I reached out somewhere between like 15 to 18 months, just to kind of get ahead of the process and get honed in on what we're gonna be doing going forward.
But you can probably start the program 12 months prior, but you reached out early just so you can get ahead of the process. Right? I think it is 12
Yeah.
months prior to separation date because hey, they'd be flooded. Those
Yes,
it's a phenomenal program.
it is. It is a phenomenal program, and I've got nothing but just great things to say about the experience. Just 5 stars all the way around with regards to how they helped supported my transition. Because I thought I had it figured out, but there were elements that I truly didn't have figured out.
Hey, did your ego get in your way at all with your transition?
Absolutely, and I can say
Did
that.
it?
Oh yeah, without reservation, because
So tell us real fast about that because just
okay.
to shine some light on this. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Without reservation, because I thought that I had positioned myself to the point that no other way to put it, but I was the man. I
But
had
you are though.
no. I'm just the man that knows the man. But I truly thought that I had it all put together. I was like, I'm stepping away. I'm stepping away from a 20-year honorable career. I've got 3 degrees. I'm getting ready to step and embark on this doctorate program. So
Whoa.
there's no way that I cannot walk into something making no less than 6 figures. Anything less than
And
that would
six
be in the tip
figures, yeah, 6 figures is that I guess is a common theme across military transition
yeah,
that we think that we can or we maybe are entitled to those figures
yeah,
where it's in reality is it's not that there are a lot of people that do that. I don't get me wrong,
yeah,
but you've got to network, you've got to understand the environment. You just can't walk from the military just say I'm going to do this same thing in the military as civilian world and expect the $100,000 $200,000 salaries. But hey, that's some good information, Derek.
yeah. Because I mean, two things that you definitely want to stay abreast of is um, being both realistic and being humble, because the whole process, like, it doesn't transition to the point where you just walk away from military service one day and then the gates are flooded with opportunities on the other side. You like you said, you have to it's important to build a network. It's important to build relationships, to find
That's true.
mentors, to gain advice, and it's okay to ask for help. You can gain advice on industries that you have an interest in. It's important for the individual themselves to know that um, the process is strictly that, and to expect anything more or less it will yield more frustration than it will success.
I understand that you mentioned ask for help, ask for assistance. I think, like you said, ego and pride does get in the way of a lot of different things. So if we put that aside and just, like you mentioned, be humble, great things will happen because now you've transitioned from being in the military to a branch manager of a standalone bank. And I'm sure it was a seamless transition for you because, like you mentioned, 3 degrees, doing doctorate. You still doing your doctorate program?
Well,
You still,
our current lifestyle slowed that up.
okay, that's a lot of work right there, man.
No, but I was supposed to launch this month, but with everything going on
Yeah,
in the world,
true.
that stopped. So
So you're branch manager now. What is the future hold for Derek Lewis? Whether it's Dr. Lewis, whether it's I don't know, Mayor Lewis. What's the future hold for you,
that's exactly, you just said it's going to be Dr. Mayor.
Dr. Mayor? I'll write
Yeah.
it down.
That's it, Dr. Mayor, banking center manager.
So you live in Watertown, right?
Yeah, yep, still
Okay,
here.
that's Fort Drum, New York area. Is there still snow on the ground?
You're lucky. It just stopped last week.
I listen. We enjoyed our time there at Fort Drum. It snowed from October to May.
Yes.
It was phenomenal. So that 2 month break of summer was just fabulous.
So, but you know what? I think you're gonna. I think you're gonna be happy though. Well, I am. So we're supposed to get some more snow on Saturday.
Really good for you. Now I'm not
For
coming
me.
there, so good for
You're
you
not gonna
though.
come and visit. You ain't gonna come and visit. Come on, man. I
No,
got you.
no, I actually can't. We can't fly, especially in New York these days.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately.
So,
But
so
yeah.
really, so are you going to run for any kind of position anytime
Actually,
soon?
actually, yeah. Next year, 2021, I plan to run for mayor of the city for Watertown.
Are you announcing it now for the first time ever, or does everybody know it already?
Most people know, well, I should say my inner social circle knows. Um, a lot of my clients know, but
Okay.
yeah. So now everybody knows.
So now you heard it here, not first, but 42nd. So I definitely appreciate that, Derek. Well, that's
Yeah.
great. Hey, listen. So you can go from you start as a private, I'm sure, in the military, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
To the highest ranks in the military, to a banking manager, and maybe the mayor of Watertown one day.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'll tell you, that'd be a great success story. And do you already know Congresswoman Stefanik?
I do. I do. And I'm also connected with Mark Walzik,
Okay.
the assemblyman for Watertown. So he told me that actually when I'm ready to take the leap, he's going to show me how to campaign the right way. Because once again, we got to ask for help.
So do you have a slogan already or not?
I do. It's called Watering the Garden.
All right. I was thinking more like from private to politics, but yours is much better than mine. This is why I'm not in politics. Hey, Derek, hey, I appreciate your time today, and
Absolutely.
we'll close with one thing. So tomorrow is a good day for military spouses. It's a military spouse appreciation day. It's
Yes.
the Friday before Mother's Day.
Yes.
So I know you're married. Do you have anything to say to your wife for tomorrow?
Absolutely. Thanks for putting up with me for the last 23 years. I appreciate it because none of this could have been done without your rock and support.
That's
And
fabulous. And go ahead, keep going.
oh, and I was gonna say, and also wishing all the rocks out there, the military spouses that help to hold down their service members and what they're doing for our country and our nation.
I'll tell you,
So
military spouses are one of the most important groups of people that it's in the world, because without their support, our jobs are almost impossible. So
absolutely,
to all the military spouses, happy Military Spouse Appreciation Day tomorrow. But we think about you all the time and all the great work you do for us. So Derek, any final words that you want to leave us with today? Because I'll tell you, man, it's been a great talk.
I just above all, thanks for having me, and I'm hoping that what we discuss will help to pave it forward for the next person going through their process. And if anyone wants to reach out one on one, you can always contact me, and however I can support you, I will. Because I mean, someone did it for me, and I have to pay it forward.
Keep paying it forward. So, hey, Derek Lewis is on LinkedIn, of course.
That's right.
Just hey, if you search Derek Lewis, I'm sure he's got an MBA and all the certificates. He's got the good thing about Derek is he's got that smile, the smile that everyone really needs, because we're not some hardcore people. So smile a little bit, especially in those photos, right,
That's
Derek?
right. Live, love, and laugh. That's all we
All
got to
right,
do.
good deal. So I appreciate your time today, Derek, and we'll keep talking. All right.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me, brother.
Hey, take care, and we'll see everybody soon.
Take care, everybody.